Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. The Honda Ruckus has always had a cult following. It's not just a scooter, it's a statement of freedom, rebellion, and individuality. For years, the Ruckus was small, raw, and unpretentious, a stripped-down machine that appealed to urban riders, custom builders, and people who just wanted a rugged, minimalistic two-wheeler that stood apart from the ordinary commuter scooters. But for 2026, Honda has taken a bold step forward with the introduction of the brand-new Honda Ruckus 350. This is not just an update, this is a complete reimagination of what the Ruckus can be. Bigger, more powerful, and yet still retaining that scrappy personality that made it a legend, the Ruckus 350 arrives as one of the most talked-about machines of the year. Today, we're going deep into its key features, performance, design, and overall personality to see what makes this scooter so special and whether it lives up to the hype. At its core, the Honda Ruckus 350 brings a whole new level of performance to a scooter that has always been more about character than speed. The old Ruckus had a tiny engine, just enough to get you around the city, but the 350 changes the game. Honda has outfitted it with a 350 cubic centimeters single-cylinder liquid-cooled engine that produces around 27 horsepower and a healthy 28 Nm of torque. That may not sound like a lot compared to full-size motorcycles, but in the world of scooters, this is a huge leap forward. It means the Ruckus 350 isn't just limited to city blocks anymore, it's capable of highway cruising, weekend rides out of town, and even carrying a passenger without breaking a sweat. The CVT automatic transmission makes it extremely approachable for new riders, but there's enough grunt here to keep experienced riders entertained. The moment you twist the throttle, you can feel the Ruckus 350 leap forward with a surprising amount of urgency. It's not just another scooter. It feels alive, almost rebellious, in the way it accelerates. What makes the Ruckus 350 even more exciting is the way Honda has engineered the chassis to match the performance. The frame is still that iconic exposed steel tube structure, rugged and skeletal in design, but it's been reinforced to handle the extra power and higher speeds. Up front, you get a telescopic fork with 120 mm of travel, and at the rear, twin shocks with adjustable preload. That means the Ruckus 350 isn't just about straight-line cruising, it's capable of tackling uneven roads, potholes, and even light off-road trails, which is something the Ruckus has always been known for. The wide 12-inch knobby-style tires further add to its go-anywhere persona, gripping confidently whether you're rolling through city streets, gravel backroads, or wet pavement. Disc brakes on both wheels, with ABS as standard, give you the stopping power and safety needed for modern commuting. Altogether, the setup makes the Ruckus 350 feel planted, confident, and surprisingly versatile for a scooter. One of the biggest talking points with the 2026 Ruckus 350 is its design. Honda knew they couldn't just scale up the old Ruckus, they had to modernize it while keeping the raw DNA intact. At first glance, you know immediately it's a Ruckus. The rugged, skeletal frame remains front and center. The twin round headlights up front still stare back at you with that bug-eyed charm. The flat floorboard and minimalist bodywork are still there, giving you that stripped-down utilitarian feel. But now, everything looks sharper, more muscular, and more futuristic. The headlights are now LED with a slimmer housing, giving a modern touch without losing the character. The exposed steel frame is beefier and painted in bold colors like matte black, urban gray, neon green, and even a desert tan option for the adventure crowd. The seat sits at a comfortable 30 inches, but it's been redesigned with a more supportive cushion for longer rides. There's even an optional passenger seat attachment, something Ruckus fans have been asking for, and Honda finally delivered. Perhaps one of the coolest new features is the digital dash. The old Ruckus was bare bones, with just a simple speedometer. The Ruckus 350 upgrades to a full LCD display that shows speed, fuel level, trip meters, and even smartphone connectivity for turn-by-turn navigation and call alerts. It's not overcomplicated, but it feels like just the right amount of modern tech without taking away from the raw simplicity that people love about the Ruckus. Honda has also added USB-C charging ports, which makes it practical for today's riders who rely on their devices. And, staying true to the custom culture that the Ruckus has always inspired, the 350 is built to be easily modified. Honda offers an entire catalog of accessories, cargo racks, windscreens, seat covers, even off-road light kits. They know that Ruckus riders like to make their scooters unique, and the 350 provides the perfect canvas for personalization. Performance-wise, the Ruckus 350 is a big step forward. It tops out at around 90 miles per hour, which means you can comfortably ride on highways, something the old Ruckus could never do. Fuel economy is also impressive for its size, delivering around 65 miles per gallon, thanks to Honda's advanced fuel injection and engine tuning. The 2.9-gallon fuel tank may not seem big, but when you factor in that efficiency, you're looking at well over 180 miles of range on a single tank. That's more than enough for daily commuting or a fun weekend trip. The scooter also weighs just under 350 pounds, which makes it manageable for new riders and easy to maneuver in city traffic. Honda has struck a great balance between keeping it light and agile while giving it the stability of a larger machine. Another thing that sets the Ruckus 350 apart is the vibe it brings. This isn't your typical polished scooter meant for conservative commuting. The Ruckus has always had a raw, street fighter attitude, and the 350 doubles down on that. It's rugged, aggressive, and unapologetically different from anything else on the road. In many ways, it doesn't just compete with other scooters, it competes with small motorcycles. Riders who might have looked at a Honda Rebel or a Yamaha MT-03 now have a scooter alternative that delivers similar performance with way more uniqueness. And because it's automatic and easy to ride, it appeals to people who may not want to deal with a clutch and gears. It bridges the gap between scooters and motorcycles in a way that feels fresh and exciting. When it comes to price, Honda has managed to keep the Ruckus 350 surprisingly affordable. In the US, it starts at around $5,499, which puts it right in line with entry-level motorcycles and premium scooters. Considering the performance, the build quality, and the cult status of the Ruckus name, this feels like a fair price point. It's not the cheapest scooter on the market, but it was never meant to be. This is for riders who want something with personality, performance, and long-term durability. Honda has also backed it with a standard 2-year warranty, and given the brand's reputation for reliability, you can expect this machine to last for years with minimal fuss. Unique selling points are easy to identify here. The Ruckus 350 is not just another scooter, it's a lifestyle machine. Its rugged skeletal design, highway-ready performance, and limitless customization options make it one of the most versatile two-wheelers you can buy today. It can be a commuter, an adventure scooter, a custom showpiece, or just a fun weekend toy. It appeals to riders of all skill levels, from beginners who want something approachable to veterans who just want a second bike that makes them smile every time they ride. Honda has successfully scaled up the Ruckus without losing the scrappy, rebellious spirit that made it iconic in the first place. And that wraps up our deep dive into the all-new 2026 Honda Ruckus 350. It's not just bigger, it's better in almost every way while still staying true to its roots. Whether you're a city rider, a weekend explorer, or someone who just wants to own a scooter that turns heads everywhere it goes, the Ruckus 350 delivers in spades. Thanks for joining me on this review. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more in-depth looks at the latest motorcycles and scooters, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Bike Culture Hub, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming reviews. Until next time, ride safe, ride free, and remember, it's not just about the destination, it's about the ride.